morning. Welcome to our episode 8 of City Walk and Talk. And right now, I am here at our 4.3 kilometer walk with my sister, Duday. Nandito na naman po kami. And we will have another day of chika. So, random talks under the sun. So, welcome for being here, and to all of you, recurrent listeners, regular listeners, first timers, welcome po. So, today is Sunday. So, before our Sunday routine, nag-add muna tayo ng exercise, physical activity, outdoor wellness. Pwede ba yun? Outdoor wellness. I think meron talagang ibang effect yung nature na hindi yan mawawala. Like, kahit sinong tao will always be drawn to nature, no matter what kind. Like iba bukid, dagat, kahit trees, garden, at kahit nga yung mga succulents and cactus lang, those are still some kind of nature. May mga taong bukid person or dagat person. Ano ka? Both. Ako din. Both talaga, no? Yung ideal is nasa bukid, pero yung ano mo, yung
Either
kapag baba
nasa
mo,
dagat ka with a background of bukid, or nasa bukid ka with a falls or a lake,
yung may
may body of
tubig-tubig,
water.
may body of water.
Yeah.
Or there's this area in Cebu na cliff. So, yung parang ang bukid.
Yeah.
And, pero pagbaba mo, dagat na.
Ideal.
And meron ding iba na ayaw kasi sa init ng dagat. So, bukid, merong ginawang infinity pool. And then, while you're in the infinity pool, yung nakikita mo is the dagat, like the ocean. So, para silang continuous. And I think it is still very, very relaxing. So, since malayo tayo sa ganyan, imagine na lang muna natin vacation right in your mind. So, it's good. At least we have the memory. Ngayon, mahirap mag-vacation eh. Not everybody can go where we all want to go. Like yung mga noong unang panahon, pre-pandemic, yung life natin pre-pandemic. And kahit pa matapos na ito, there will be some kind of, hindi na katulad noon, na hindi na nag-iisip, go lang agad-agad. But the good thing also is, you will tend to appreciate more the little things,
Yes.
yung mga little escapades. And maganda rin na we now know the value also of staying home. Diba na before you always want to go out, na hindi mo. So, I think it's
Ang
parang,
maganda sa pandemic, it focuses us on what's really valuable in our life.
essentials.
Essentials. Yeah. Oo.
Sobrang dami, no? Yung nag-iba talaga yung buhay. And then the things that you've eliminated. Excesses. Oh. The things that you don't really need.
Oo, na you thought before na things you can't live without. Pero nung nawala sila, actually,
You've adapted.
nag-lighten yung
Load mo.
aura mo, yung load mo. Oo. Kasi you are focused now on what is really essential in your life.
Ni-rid off tayo sa unnecessary wants and needs.
Oo.
It was by force. Hindi natin yung choice.
Actually, naglalakad tayo, na nakita ko yung mga empty buildings, kasi we're in a city, di ba? So, yung mga empty buildings, but nakikita mo yung mga trees, yung nature, yung mga garden, they are the ones thriving. So, even on a global scale, yung mga na-shutdown, mga
non-essential. Para siyang breather sa lahat-lahat. From individual level until global scale nga.
Kasi lang nung start talaga ng pandemic, March 2020, lahat ng airport shut down.
Oo.
Kasi we really don't need that much yung
Travel.
traveling. Lalo na pag leisure lang naman. Although it does a lot of good
Yeah.
to us. Pero on a scale of what is really essential, hindi yun yung essential.
Especially na aside from individual na impact for that person, yung greater impact din. Like, hindi lang tayo ang nabubuhay sa mundo. Like, nature itself, nagkaroon ng breather. Yung nakikita mo yan.
Parang it's a global feeling for everyone. Sometimes yung clouds, if it's dark, really dark, mas nagiging vivid yung linings. Oo, kasi it's contrasted against the cloud na really dark. So parang in life, sometimes the deeper you are in your sorrow or yung parang mas madami kang problema, doon ka mas kailangan mong i-train yung self mo to look for the silver linings kasi by that time, who knows, yung silver lining mo sobrang vivid na sobrang ganda na hindi mo na madidisregard mo na yung dark cloud. Kasi you will just focus on the very nice lining.
Oo. Alam mo, bakit ako natawa when you said that? Kasi 2 nights ago, I was reading something and it's exactly that.
Ah, really?
How joy and sorrow are inseparable.
It's two sides of the same coin.
Oo, grabe. So, yun talaga. So, kung sinabi mo yan, kahit pa hindi natin yan napag-usapan the last few days, but it's exactly that. So, every time pala that you feel sorrowful, na sobrang lungkot ka, sobrang nasasaktan ka, one thing that can actually make you feel good is the acknowledgement na yung sakit na nararamdaman mo is actually coming from a beautiful and joyful place because you will never feel bad.
And vice versa.
Oo, and vice versa. So, hindi ka rin overjoyed lang. Hindi mo, mas mabavalue mo ang joy, actually. Ay po! Mas mabavalue mo actually yung joy in your life. Also, knowing na you can appreciate that happiness kasi galing ka sa isang darker side din.
Yeah. So parang if you're in a state of darkness or you're very sorrowful, you know na prior to that sorrow was a joy, was a bliss na sobrang totoo.
Oo.
Sobrang happy. And ikaw din, you have to remind yourself na after you go through all this negative feelings, may ano din dyan, alam mong mako-convert yan to happiness din. It's just a matter of time. Yeah.
So, again, with silver lining, so it's actually not losing hope and just having the confidence na alam mo, yung dark clouds, yung anything heavy, anything negative, anything sorrowful is just passing. There will always be some light, some sunshine right after that. So, yung ang nakita ko in one of those sunsets, na minsan hindi siya silver lining. It's a gold lining.
Golden lining.
Golden lining.
Bonggang-bongga, nag-await na happiness.
And for those na, kasi I think yung one of the most dreadful kind of sorrow is losing someone. Like if merong namatay, meron tayong loved ones na nawala. Sobrang hirap nun. What can you say to that person na that can make them feel better? I think isa yun sa mga pinakamahirap. So again, minsan nga, dapat wala kang sabihin. You just acknowledge their sadness, yung kung ano yung pinagdadaanan nila. But if they know na behind that sadness actually is coming from a memory of happiness, of joy, nung nakasama mo sila, yung lahat ng mga bagay na ginawa ninyo, all of those memories, pagod na si Doggy, all of those memories in your life, alam mong they lived a life and kayo naman, you've also enjoyed your time together. It won't be that sad. It won't be that painful. Yes, it is sad, pero hindi na siya ganun ka bigat kumbaga.
Oo, and the fact that there are people grieving the loss of that person, meaning these people carried love na so big for that person, kaya sila nag-grieve din. And that love, kahit hindi ka pa expressive, for sure, naramdaman nila yun.
Naramdaman nila
And the best way to move forward is for you to allow that person to live on through you. Parang kung ano yung mga stories ng person na yun, yung mga struggles niya, you can still continue to learn from that, to live off on that mga lessons na binigay sa'yo, memories.
And then yung you have to think like how that person would want you to live your life even after they pass. Diba? No, for sure, ayaw nilang magmukmuk ka. Ayaw nilang mag-ano ka lang dyan. Mag-close ka lang, forever ka lang iyak, at give up mo na yung buhay mo.
What would this person want me to do? Diba?
And for sure, they want you to do better. Na you live your life. And may exemption dyan. Baka merong mga isang tao dyan na kapag nawala ako, huwag kang mag-ano. Baka merong ganon. Then you also have to question the intention of that person. Okay? So, exemption lang naman yan. But generally, lahat is most likely they want you to still live your best life. Kalimutan. And you cherish their life, their memories by doing good.
You honor the goodness that that person brought to your life or continue to bring to your life.
And you can start by being healthy, eating right, having a good mindset. You always say your prayers, and you always try to do good for yourself and for others. Okay? And yung concept ng silver lining, di ba sometimes we focus on the dark cloud so much na feeling natin wala na talagang light at the end of the tunnel. So, meron akong kwento about a certain experiment on rats.
Okay.
Merong 3 rats na sinubmerge sila sa water. Tiningnan nila kung hanggang kailan sila makakalangoy. After 15 minutes, before 15 minutes, na sila, they already drowned. Pero bago sila mamatay, kinuha sila and they pat them dry. So, na-save sila. And then after, nilagay sila ulit sa water. And you know how long they lasted? 60 hours.
Wow.
Grabe, no?
Grabe, no? Doesn't kill you, make you stronger.
And it's the concept of hope.
It's the concept of hope.
Na meron that they believe na pwede pa lang silang ma-save. That they believe na hindi sila mamamatay, na merong pag-asa. So, if you don't have hope, you can just last for 15 minutes. But if you have hope to hang on to, 15 minutes is lang siya, ilang percentage niya ng 60 hours.
Lahat ng stories of giving up is a story of losing hope. Sa totoo lang. Even sa when you run, for example, may goal ka na 10 kilometers. Pag may goal ka, minsan mas magandang ako kahit 10 km lang yung goal talaga. Ako, I set myself up to a higher goal. Like 11 or 12. Kasi that time, ang mindset mo kasi dun ka sa mas mataas. Kasi it happens minsan na mas nauunang mag-give up mentally. Pag that happens, kahit yung body mo, kaya-kaya pa, hindi mo na kayang i-drag yung feet mo. So, ganun, kasi nawalan ka na ng hope. Because mentally, nawalan ka na ng thinking na kaya mo pa.
And that's also the concept of getting inspiration. Kasi if you don't know anyone, like for example, yung kilala mo lang talaga, yung pinakamatagal nilang natakbo is 5 kilometers lang. Hindi ka talaga makago beyond ng 5 kilometers kasi yun lang ang alam mong kaya. So just like even in Olympics, yung mga fastest runners before, like say for example, naka-run sila ng ganitong distance in this number of hours. And then for the longest time, yun lang talaga, sobrang hirap mag-break. But the moment merong makaka-break ng record beyond that, sunod-sunod na. It's forcing the human capacity beyond kung ano lang.
Limit din na-expand na din.
Na-expand. Yes. So yun yung yun yung goal natin actually, is to spread as many goodness, as many great na habits and way of thinking para ma-expand natin yung ating own capacity, not just physically.
Kaya ang mga testimonials no, are very effective.
Oo,
Yeah.
because it's from real people.
Oo.
Grabe talaga. And then, sa dami-dami ng tao sa mundo, makaka-relate ka talaga to at least one. And
Oo.
sometimes, yung makaka-relate mo is someone na very far from you, hindi kayo related, hindi kayo pareho ng culture, hindi kayo pareho ng edad, halos lahat. But you can relate to that person. And as long as when you relate to that person, you also trigger something inside you to improve, I think it's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Mutually
Sobrang ganda.
beneficial experiences.
Mm-mm. So, grabe talaga nagagawa ng hope. So, that's why one of our earliest topics before is about belief. So, that's the importance of believing on something. Hindi talaga, wag mong magwawala ng pag-asa.
Parang one last point on silver lining.
Oo.
Kasi it's easy for us to disregard the lining. Kasi nga, in proportion to the cloud, maliit talaga siya.
At saka
Kaya-
siya yung mas malapit sa iyo.
Oo. So you don't feel bad din na minsan na you tend to focus lang dun sa dark cloud. Kasi nga, yun naman talaga ang biggest struggle mo at that very moment. Pero yeah, it also highlights na talagang effort din maghanap ng glimmer of sunshine, glimmer of hope. So, yeah, something na you should train on. Yeah,
So,
that's the
nade-develop naman yan, di ba? When you practice
yan.
that mindset, sunod-sunod na yan. So, we just need to remind ourselves because I know may mga tao talaga, we know a lot of people who are somewhat on the pessimistic side. And it also works for them kasi nga, na-anticipate nila yung mga negative na pangyayari. They were able to counter it, na-prepare nila. Pero minsan, if you are on that pessimistic na attitude, you're always given challenges. Kasi parang yun yung ka namang mag-solve ng problema. So, problema.
Kasi nagiging training mo.
Naghahanap ka ng maraming
Ano ka, Gracie? Glass half full or glass half empty?
Nakikita ko talaga silang dalawa. Yun na naman yung problema ko. Yung
Glass with water.
Oo, yung
So,
ganon.
realistic ka.
Oo,
Yung
ganon.
pessimistic,
Hindi
hindi
ka-
ka optimistic, you are
Okay.
realistic.
Okay, salamat. Talaga mako-insight ko ano ba talaga.
And that's good to be a realist. Kasi, ang sobrang optimistic naman, may danger din dyan.
Oo.
Na parang,
Meron
hindi
daw
ka na
toxic
din-
optimism.
yeah, tapos hindi ka nagiging relatable to other people somehow. So if you're just a realist, makikita mo both sides of the coin.
Oo. Huwag mo akong pilitin mag-answer na half full or half empty. Kasi alam ko talaga, half lang siya. Ay, nako. So, yeah. So, importante talaga yun. I think it's good for us to develop that positive mindset. And yun nga yung ating pinaka-antidote doon. When you think of something negative, kasi yung negative thoughts, they just come spontaneously. Bigla-bigla lang susulpot yan. And especially for those who are struggling, na all of a sudden talaga, bigla lang yung parang merong dark clouds na
Following you around.
and making you feel down. So you just counter it with three other things that makes you feel good. Yung parang meron kang staple, 3 good things that you are thankful for. Na alam mong forever mo siyang pasasalamatan. And it could be very basic. Hindi siya kailangan expensive. Hindi siya kailangan mag-require ng kung ano-anong setup. So, the fact that you are living, the fact that you are breathing, the fact that you're capable of thinking, sobra-sobra na yun. That you have a life na binigay sa'yo. That's already
Pero
good
yung,
enough.
if you're in that state, huwag din pilitin ang sarili agad-agad.
Yes. Give yourself some time.
Give yourself time.
Basta
Sit through the
acknowledge.
feeling also.
Oo. Kasi hindi pwedeng i-disregard din yung mga negativities na yun. Because all those negativities also, sometimes you really have to listen to them because it's telling you.
Yeah.
You just
Could
have
be
to
a
process it.
warning.
You just have to process it the right way. Para alam mo. Kasi totoo yun. Yung baka warning pala siya for you to prepare yourself para hindi ka malagay sa danger or kung ano mang more serious na situation. And meron ako naisip kanina about sorrow, more on sorrow and on hope. Kaya lang nakalimutan ko na yun talaga yung atin, no? Kapag that happens to us na kapag yung isa sa atin biglang may inisip na iba, na nawawala rin yung yung line of thought ng isa. Oo. Si maming ganun kapag nag-uusap kami sa phone, tapos meron akong sasabihin, tapos biglang nawala. Tapos sabihin mo, may inisip kang iba, no? Tapos tatawa-tawa lang yan. Kasi meron siyang nakita or whatever, naka-cut off. So, I think it has also something to do with our individual connection.
Yes.
Hello, Junior, Gay, and Opal, Beth, at marami pang iba. Thank you so much. Naputol yung kanina. And then, good thing, nung nag-live tayo ulit in our second room, nandun pa rin sila. Hanggang saan kaya nung narinig nila kanina? I'm not sure kung ano doon. Dyan si Kuya Olidan. Maraming salamat po. Si Rochelle ay nandyan din. Good morning. Nasa 5.8 kilometer na tayo. Wow. Parang wala lang, no?
Oo.
And second day mo palang mag-walk ngayon again after a long time.
After more than a year.
More than a year. And then, sumakit ba yung katawan mo?
Hindi.
Wala, no? Walang kahit anong struggle sa'yo. Your muscles are all very developed.
Train ng mabuti.
Na-train ng mabuti. Bago pa maging mommy. And I think si Arky is also enough weights for you to carry the whole day.
Siya yung pa-continue ng training ko na hindi ako nag-sign up for.
Bago ka naging nawala yung pagka-runner mo at naging weightlifter ka naman.
At marami pang iba.
At marami pang iba. Hi. So, yan. Those are the gist of today's morning walk. So, parang always never lose hope. And if you have to really prepare for the dark clouds, so you just prepare. Kung ulan man, so you do what's necessary. Kung meron kang kailangan i-prepare for you not to get wet in the rain, gawin mo yun. But just know that it's going to be in passing. Naalala ko na yung gusto kong sabihin.
Ay, salamat.
May makakonsensya ka if hindi ko maalala. Kasi alam mong ikaw nag-chain. Nag-break na yung aking chain of thought. So the one that I'm supposed to say is when you feel bad, when you feel negative, mostly it's just fleeting na emotion. It's just fleeting mood. Ano lang yan? Hindi siya long-lasting. That is only during that point. Na-disappoint ka lang, ng ganyan. So, try not to decide, especially big things in your life, sa mga panahon na you feel bad. Because that kind of judgment is very clouded. Wala ka sa tamang pag-iisip talaga. And
it's very dark clouded.
Hindi lang siya clouded, dark clouded pa. So, try to sit back muna. Breathe deeply and pray. Pag-isipan muna ng maigi before you decide. And that thing is also a reminder for me. Because you know how impulsive I am. Or actually tayo, no?
Everyone in the
family is very impulsive talaga. And yun nga, although konti lang sa mga decisions that we've made na we really regret. Kasi we always justify.
Ang maganda sa atin na pag-usapan namin ito last time, parang in hindsight, kasi hindsight naman talaga is 2020. Mali doon. Pero in hindsight, isipin natin, yung mga mali natin, hindi natin siya
naulit?
Hindi natin siya na-label talaga as mali. Kasi nakaka-pivot agad tayo. Yung parang, change, mali na nga. The moment na na-realize mong mali, parang we pivot, we change direction.
To compensate,
change strategy. Kasi nga, very tayo, na-train na tayo dun sa always looking for the silver lining.
Yeah.
So, pagdating mo dito, na state because of a wrong na nagawa mo, mabilis na ka na naman maghanap ng silver lining. So, isipin mo, hindi naman pala mali. Nag-change direction lang.
It's because kahit pa impulsive tayo na neutralize ng pagiging proactive natin.
Yeah, and the ability to adapt agad.
Ay, salamat naman.
Yun yung naisip ko na kaya, kasi ngayon, I'm married to someone na overthinker.
Oo, at grabe,
So,
planado, pulido lahat.
So,
Hindi pwedeng go.
Kasi ako, I tend to decide
Based on my heart.
Based on my heart. At ngayon, pinaprobe niya ako.
It feels good. It feels good. I will go for it because it feels good.
Parang pinapakam up niya ako with specific
reasons.
Hirapan
na tangible reason. Hindi yung based on
ako.
Feelings lang.
Tapos doon ko na-realize na actually, may confidence ako to decide based on intuition. Kasi alam ko na no matter the consequence of this, kaya ko naman. Ganun.
Hindi mo lang sinasabi pa, but you know, if based on your intuition, 80% of the time, it's gonna do well. And if ever 20% na hindi siya mag-do well, I know I can always do another thing to counter. Turn it around. Yeah. So, it's good. Pero, in fairness naman sa iba na hindi pa siguro ganon ka na-train on being proactive and being resilient and being sobrang maparaan. So, I think it's just a good reminder to be cautious a little. Like ako, even if thank you for explaining that. Pero I think I will now try to be more cautious din na when I feel bad, I really shouldn't decide on big things din.
Pero same goes when you're happy.
Same thing goes when you're happy. Ang dami din. So dapat neutral lang talaga. Kasi when you're too happy daw, most likely pagsisisihan mo din yan. You're bound to commit on something that really hindi talaga dapat.
You're a yes man daw pag happy ka.
So both ways. Anything extreme talaga.
Maganda to always maintain yung critical thinking.
Yun yung gusto ni Kuya Oli. Meron healthy dose of skepticism.
Yes.
May ganun. While keeping the positive attitude and keeping the faith, pero you always have a healthy dose of skepticism. Para balance pa rin. We limit the risk, yet maximize the benefits. Ang saya. So, yun. Yun yung buti na lang naalala ko. And last thing, kasi yung kahapon, before we end for our Valentine series, bakit daw yung mga babae, parang, when it comes to Valentine's, parang yung babae lang yung dapat parang given, entitled na yung mga babae.
Parang it's embedded na sa culture na during Valentine's, si girl lang yung may karapatang mag-expect
at
bouquet of flowers.
Sitting pretty lang siya at hintayin ko kung anong ibibigay sa akin.
And the moment hindi ka mag-deliver,
wala na. You're the worst person in the world.
Kaya, no?
Pero it's because of business nga. Pero, I think for those who are listening to us, I think you can help even a little change that biased na mindset by actually acknowledging na hindi talaga yan required. Na alam natin, like for me, what helped me is to really acknowledge na Valentine's is just for business. And if you are expecting so much, try to think, bakit ka nag-expect so much? Is it your only proof na mahal ka ng taong mahal mo? Or is it for your own self na security? Yung sense of security mo?
Kasi nati-threaten because sa iba, makikita mo lalo na sa social media.
Yun. Yeah.
Kasi social beings tayo, and we tend to compare ourselves with others.
At makikita mo, kung gusto mo para meron kang i-post, na meron kang nabigay sa'yo na ganito. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's okay. Especially, nung pinost mo yan, it's to actually give also inspiration to others. They will also feel loved. And to your loved one na nagbigay sa'yo that you really value kung ano yung binigay nila. But if ever wala, especially for girls, try to know why. And if ever gusto mo talaga, huwag kang magmukmok and like wala kang gagawin, try to say, bigyan mo ako ng ganito. So yun na lang kung gusto mo talaga. Kasi yung mga lalaki, yung struggle din nila minsan, hindi nila alam kung anong gagawin.
Oo.
You also
Iba din
don't
kasi
know.
yung mindset ng boys sa
Oo.
girls.
And ang nakakalungkot doon, they just do it because alam nila na yun yung parang norm. But they actually don't feel na from the heart talaga nagagawin niya to or that. It's just part of the routine na lang.
Mm-mm.
But when you really love someone, like yung ating love language kahapon, diba? Sabi ko, ang least is more on gifts.
Mm-mm.
Pero, it just comes to me spontaneously, like sa atin, di ba? When we travel, kapag may nakita tayong that reminds us of this someone, di ba binibili natin din?
Oo.
Oh, like it's also no issue. So, when you really love someone, spontaneous yun, natural yun. Nalalabas na tayo to give them, to provide them with presents that, will make them happy. And alam mo na nung pinili mo yan, it's because you really thought about them. So I guess this Valentine, aside from knowing kung ano yung mga love language that your partner appreciates, hindi lang yung ikilalanin mo lang, no? So since alam mo na, you can also send love the way your partner also wants to receive love.
Mm-mm.
Diba? Yan na. Yung reminder sa'yo kahapon. And one thing that you can do is to, maybe for girls, try make a change. Ikaw naman yung magregalo.
Or serve.
Or
Serve.
serve. Oh, or serve because maybe your partner's language of love is service. So try to do something special for yourself. Anyway, we are just talking about Valentine's because it's February, but hindi talaga tayo nagpapa-enslave sa concept ng ganyan. It's just an excuse for us to talk about love and everything else. But yan lang. And today's hope, silver linings, and the concept of not giving up and always believing and also making better decisions when you are in a more stable emotion. Reliable. Hindi lang basta-basta magpapadala sa emosyon. Although, I'm not sure if it's just the impulsive side of me making an excuse. Na minsan talaga, meron talaga mga decisions na kailangan siya ng mga ganong
Push.
push.
Maganda. Minsan din.
Minsan, di ba?
Oo, kasi minsan debilitating din yung pagiging
Oo.
overthinker. Parang
As in.
hindi ka na nakaka-make ng decision.
Oo. Ay, actually, meron akong ganyang mga, talaga, conversations mga few months ago na I feel like I'm wasting so much time na waiting for this, waiting for that, to make a decision
Oo.
na if nag-make na sana ako ng decision like before,
Mm-mm.
sana may result na, and if it's not good, nakamake na ako ng another way to counter it.
Yeah.
Yun yung sabi mo.
Yun yung sabi ko.
Oo, yun pala yun. That's why may mga times talaga na I can become very impatient. And I think it will have something to do with you knowing yourself really well. Para alam mo when it is time to wait, when it is time to really act on something.
There are times talaga na just deciding is the best decision you can make.
Yeah,
Oo.
yun. And I think we've talked about that a few days ago. Na the fact that you don't decide, kasi maraming tao ayaw mag-decide eh.
Oo.
You are already deciding, and it's the worst kind of decision that you do. Because you're not owning what will happen.
Hindi ka proactive sa
Hindi
decision.
ka proactive.
Oo.
And then you are bound to do the blame game after.
Yes, that's it.
So walang improvement
Walang
yan.
accountability.
Walang accountability. And it's only when we take accountability, when we learn, and when we improve. Because you own the mistake, you own the consequence, and kahit pa nagkaroon pa yon ng consequence na hindi natin ganun kagusto, but there is this learning. So, the learning process is still equally important.
At
So,
maganda yung may sense of control ka. Kasi ang hirap, you tend to feel lost pag wala kang control on what is happening in your life. So that's one way of getting control, exercising control. Diba? Yung making decisions kahit na ano at a state ka pa na feeling mo hindi ka pa equipped to do the decision. Minsan just deciding could go you a long way.
Yeah. Sobra. And when it comes to control, in psychology actually, what makes a person like snap, like magkaroon ng mental breakdown, is actually the lack of sense of control. Kasi hindi mo alam when things are happening, when things are not happening, what's gonna happen next. So that sense of unpredictability, that's what what makes a person like, in layman's term, crazy. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ano yung mangyayari. And
Grabe, no?
Oo, sobrang stress yan.
Grabing detrimental pala yung losing hope and losing control.
Oo.
And sometimes it could happen at the same time to the same person.
Oo.
Kaya, di ba, grabe yung effect.
Yung isa dyan is, ang concept niya when it comes to psych is when you feel like you are losing hope, no? And then you're also not in control. That's the concept of learned helplessness. Yun yung pinaka-nakakalungkot talaga. It's another experiment na naman on dogs. Na yung isang dog, kapag para siyang na electrical shock, merong electric shock. So, masakit, painful. And then, yung isa, kapag pinipress niya yung button, nawawala. And then, so na okay na yon. And then, meron namang isang dog na pag pinipress niya yung button, minsan nawawala, minsan hindi.
Very unpredictable.
Very unpredictable. And then, later on, he stopped pressing the button. And then, he just lie there. And allowed himself electrocuted na meron lang shock na pain na ganun. Because he learned that whatever he do, walang effect. Sobrang nakakalungkot. Sobrang, pero tinigilan nila yung experiment na yun.
Nalungkot ako sa mga experiments. Nalungkot ako for the rats. Nalungkot ako for the dogs.
Oo. So, but we can learn from that when that happens to human experience. Now, when you are faced with a trial at meron siyang negative consequence and then you try to do it tapos hindi siya effective, tapos minsan effective siya, tapos next time hindi na naman, that's really a very stressful thing. So, buti na lang.
Na-relate ko when in our relationship, it's really good for us also to be dependable.
Yeah, to be reliant. Oo.
Kasi pag alam nilang hindi ka naman ganun consistent with the help that you provide, with the care that you provide, baka maging maka-learn sila ng yun.
Oo, yung learned helplessness on the relationship side. Totoo yun. Actually, isa yun sa mga striking things that made me remember that. Kasi when you're with someone na very unpredictable, at I know yan sa mga Pinoy na families, na hindi mo alam kung kailan yung good mood niya, kung kailan siya, kung ano kayang mood niya ngayon, yung hindi mo mabasa. And then, forever ka na lang yung parang naka-tiptoeing. Even in your own home. Kasi yung family member mo mismo, especially yung mga head of the family pa, hindi mo mabasa kung anong timpla ng utak nila that time. That is really very, very stressful. So, I hope if you think kayo yon, try to be more predictable.
Kailangan din nga self-reflection ka.
Self-reflection
kasi
talaga.
It could be you who's unpredictable. Yun yung ripple effect niya to your home na could extend to outside your home.
To the circle of the people living in your home.
So, maganda talaga for us to always try to better ourselves. Kasi ang effect niya, grabe.
Yung ripple effect. So, if we make ripple effect, it should be the positive kind of ripple.
Yes, that's true.
No? Parang hindi tayo matatapos, but tapusin na natin to. Kanina pa tayo nagsasabing tapusin na natin to. So, I think, okay na yan for today. Maraming salamat, everybody. Not sure kung anong mangyayari bukas. Let's see kung ano naman yung pag-uusapan natin. But, we are already very thankful. Thank God for the weekend. Nakasama natin yung aking pinakamamahal na duday in my life. Mama.
I really hope I can still join tomorrow.
Sana nga, sana nga.
Work na ulit.
Oo nga din eh, hindi ko pa rin alam kung anong schedule ko bukas. But yun lang muna. Thank you, Edwin, Fatima, Gemini, Eleanor, Lingling, Junior, Opal, and Beth, and all of you who are here with us. If you think this talk can help someone you love, someone you care about, feel free to share them. Mamaya, we will join the 2 audio room sessions. We will post it in YouTube para mapakinggan ninyo ulit. You can do a replay. And so we can reflect more on hope, silver linings, the importance of not separating sorrow and joy, and having the right mindset and being the best person for yourself and for your loved ones. Maraming salamat, everybody. Have a good day and enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Any last words for them?
Enjoy Sunday. And remember, it's Lord's Day also.
Yes. Kaya kailangan na kaming umuwi din. Kasi the meeting will start at 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Malayo pa yung lalakarin namin. Yung service will start at 10. So, thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.